A kid can't control their emotions, so we punish them. A kid can't focus, so we medicate them. A kid shuts down under pressure. We call them weak. But nobody ever asks us one question that actually matters. Did anyone ever teach them how? Think about every skill we expect kids to have. Reading, math, we teach that. History, science, a second language, we teach all that. But focus, we just expect it. Emotional control, how to manage your thoughts under pressure, figure it out. We have built an entire education system, billions of dollars, decades of research, thousands of hours of a child's life, and not 1 minute of it is dedicated to teaching kids how their mind actually works. Not 1 minute. And then we blame them for not knowing how. We wouldn't put a kid in a swimming pool, watch them drown, and then call them a bad swimmer. We would teach them how to swim first. But this is exactly what we do with the minds of kids. We throw them into one of the most complex, high-pressure, distraction-filled environments in human history. And when they can't handle it, we label them with a disorder. We call it laziness or a discipline problem. No, it's a training problem. And the difference matters because one puts the blame on the child, the other puts the responsibility on us. And before you blame the schools, let's be honest. Society isn't doing any better. We built a world specifically engineered to hijack the human mind. Think about what your child is up against daily. On one side, a developing brain, still forming, still learning how to regulate, focus, and filter their emotions. On the other side, thousands and thousands of engineers, billions in funding, AI, and decades of behavioral research, all pointed at one goal: keep your child's attention locked to a screen as long as humanly possible. This isn't a fair fight, and it never was. And our solution? Take their phone away? That's it? That's the plan? We are fighting a $1 trillion attention economy with restrictions on phone time, and then we act surprised when the moment the restriction lifts, that the exact same patterns return. It's because we never train their mind. We just try to control the environment. But you cannot restrict your way out of a training problem. Here's what nobody wants to say out loud. The kids who never learn how their minds work don't just struggle in school. They struggle in relationships, in their careers, and who they are. Picture a 35-year-old in a meeting. They're smart, they're capable, they're experienced. But the moment the pressure rises, they either shut down or explode. They know what they should do, they just can't make themselves do it, and they have no idea why. So they blame their circumstances, their boss, their romantic partner, or their luck, never once realizing that the pattern started in a classroom at age 9, when nobody taught them what to do with that feeling rising in their chest. And the untrained mind doesn't get better with age, it just gets louder. Those patterns deepen, the excuses get more sophisticated, and one day, that kid that becomes an adult is still fighting themselves. They're just in a bigger arena with higher stakes. Schools never taught them this, and we're still blaming them for not knowing. Here's what I know after nearly a decade of training the human mind. Focus is not a personality trait, it's a skill. Emotional control is not a gift, it's a skill. Resilience under pressure is not something you're born with, it's a skill. Every single skill that we punish kids for not having is trainable, but you cannot train what you never teach. And we have never taught it in public education. And that's not because the knowledge doesn't exist, it does. We've been using it with executives, athletes, and high performers for years. The results are undeniable. We just decided somewhere along the way that the children didn't deserve access to all that knowledge. So the next time a kid can't focus, before you punish them, before you call them difficult, before you medicate them, ask yourself this question: did anyone ever teach them how? Because the mind can't fix its limitations by itself, but it absolutely can be trained. And that's not an opinion, that's what we do every single day at Upgrade Academy, and it's what every child deserves to learn before the world convinces them that something is wrong with them.